What's going on? I'm Vincent, your SwoleNerd Productions, and this is Behind the Scenes Podcast, where we talk with other industry professionals in the video and entertainment field. Today's guest is actually someone very special to me. It is the beautiful, the lovely, my wife, my life, Jessica Garza.
Goes wild. No, I'm just kidding. Hello, everyone.
Oh, my bad. That was my fault.
It's okay.
But I'm about to introduce you real quick now.
Okay.
A little bit about Jessica is that she does basically everything that I do. She edits, she films, she helps set up. She does so much stuff that she just makes owning a business together so much easier. She's done everything from like editing my content, which is her main role now. For the business, she's reached out to potential clients. She's talked to them. She's ran her own jobs. Like, it's crazy how much she has actually done for us as a company in order for us to grow even more. So enough of me talking. Let's let her tell you more about herself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jessica, and I'm a full-time wife and a part-time content creator / editor / cam op person / PA / a lot of other things.
So just a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Then. Okay, so what out of everything you do, what do you consider your main role in your opinion? Like, what do you feel is your main role in everything you do?
I think I would say I'm a wife before I am everything else.
Okay, I like that answer.
Yeah.
So as a wife, what do you do all day?
I just stay home, spend money. I stay home and spend money.
Okay, but yeah, for real though, like, what do you feel like is your main role within the business?
I would say a content creator.
Why content creator?
Because I would say I come up with different scripts, concepts, and ideas, and I put them out on Instagram, TikTok, different platforms. I don't write articles or anything, but...
So as a content creator, what content do you create?
A lot of behind the scenes content and a lot of cooking videos and a lot of couple marriage videos.
So you said like marriage videos. Like, tell the people, like, what kind of videos have you been working on?
A lot of comedy videos. So a lot of, not really a lot of, because I do this part-time, so this isn't really a full-time thing that I do. But every now and then I come up with, different ideas that we can do to put online, little funny skits that we've actually lived through that we just redo to kind of...
But what do you mean this is not what you do full-time?
It's not what I do full-time. I think I'm a wife full-time and a content creator part-time. So technically, I don't do this all day, 8 hours a day. It's just for like part-time.
What got you into content creation specifically?
My brain.
She knows I hate that answer. Oh, it has always irked me. I don't like that answer. It's like, okay, yeah, I get that it came from your brain, but can you be a little bit more specific? Like, was there inspiration that you drew that from that made you want to do this? Maybe you saw something like, my brain, I don't know. It's always a pet peeve of mine. Same thing with food. It's like, oh, does it taste good? Like, yeah. Well, why does it taste good? Because my tongue told me.
Okay, I don't say that though. I don't say my tongue.
You've said something similar.
No, I've said my brain. So it all started with my brain. Just kidding. What was the question again?
So going back, what made you feel that you wanted to pursue a career in content creation?
Well, I never thought of it as a career path that I can take because I went to college and everything, and I thought that my career path would be something that I got my degree on, which is a Bachelor in Science.
You originally went to college for a Bachelor in Science degree. What did you do with that degree?
Well, I worked at a clinic for almost 5 years, which I loved, but I started doing part-time with you. Then we got married. Then I became a full-time wife. And yeah, and now I help you run your business, our business. Yeah. I say your because you are the one that came up with the concept. You're the one that started it. I didn't start it. You did. So I always say you're because you're technically the one that started the business.
Okay, I mean, I can get down with that,
Yeah.
which is true, but I do like to see it as like we're married, we're a couple, we are building the business together. So it's no longer just my business; it's our business.
Mhm.
That's how I look at
yeah,
it.
and now I understand your concept because it's like, oh yeah, we are married. This is technically our business. So yeah.
You originally went to college for content, not college. You originally went to college for a bachelor in science degree.
Mhm.
You worked in a clinic. When did you first pick up a camera to film anything? Like you didn't just start by like working with me. Like you had some experience before, correct?
It all started when I was 3. My mom actually would film us, and she would film me and my brother playing. Like we would have these cardboard boxes when we were younger, and we would make them into a house, and then we'd have like all our stuff, bear stuffed animals, like in there, and she would just basically film us interviewing these pet animals, and it was so the funniest thing.
I
But
have never heard this story. Tell me
yeah,
more.
so that's all I remember, honestly,
So how does that relate to you?
because my mom introduced us to a camera.
Mhm.
So she introduced us being on a camera, if that makes
Mm.
sense. She would always like point the camera at me, and then I remember I would always like have the lens like in my eye, and I would put my eyelashes like on it and blink like really fast. She doesn't have those tapes anymore, the
Mhm.
cassettes, because back then,
What was it? The VHS tapes?
yeah, it was the VHS
Was it the
tapes.
big ones or the tiny ones?
No, it was like the little small tiny
Oh, okay, yeah, the little
ones
tiny
with
ones,
the
yeah.
mhm.
So was she like a camcorder?
Yeah, it was like yeah, it was kinda like a camcorder.
Mm.
But it was cool because it kinda has a screen like
Yeah,
it did
the little
now.
pop out
Little
one.
pop out, yeah. But, yeah, it started when I was 3. But later on, whenever I was able to afford a phone, that's whenever I started filming just my daily what I would do on a regular basis and posting it on, what's called Snapchat.
What's called Snapchat? Like people don't know what Snapchat is.
Yeah, it's called Snapchat. But, yeah.
What were you posting on Snapchat?
Just what I would do on a regular basis. Like I would post me going for runs before it became a thing. Cause now there's like runner vloggers that they record their running, during their running, how many miles they've ran. I remember doing this back in 2013, like 2014. I don't know that there were any running vloggers until recently, like in the past 5 years.
Mhm.
I feel like I've been doing that for a long time, but on just one platform, Snapchat. But that's where it started. Like I would exercise and I would post it because I'd always be like, if I die, y'all know where I'm at, like I'm at the park, y'all. Like I wouldn't post where I'd be at, but I would always be like, if I die, and then I would post like how many miles I ran, and like I would compete with other people like on the Nike app for running, and I remember being always at the top. But then
It's just a little humble brag. That's all.
and
I was just at the top.
yeah, I was always like number one out of like the people I would share the app with.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was fun.
You were originally posting like all your running content and stuff.
But it wasn't just the running content. I'm sorry for interrupting you, but it wasn't always just the running content. It was just what I would do on a regular basis. Like if I was, in college, like in class, I would, post about that or record a little glimpse about that. If I was like at a party or something, or like at a birthday party or kid's birthday party, I would post that. If I was like with my little brother, I would post funny things with him. It was just like random things that I would do like throughout my life that I felt like, oh, this is pretty cool. So I'm just going to post this because it's, not that boring. I don't think my life is boring at all. Like if I would want to, I would probably post everything. But I mean, that's too time consuming.
Yeah. Okay, but let me go back just a little bit.
Yeah.
You said it's just something really quick. You said that if I were at the park and if I were to die, you know where I'm at. But the thing is, Snapchat goes away in like, what was it, 24 hours.
Yeah,
So
but then if I would post again, people would assume, oh, she didn't die. She's still alive. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but what if you just suddenly get tired of Snapchat and you skip a day, you skip 3 days, you skip a year, you
Then I
skip
would
like
let
10
it
like
I
me.
would let it be known. And I would
You-
just not post anymore or post about something else. Obviously, I'm not running. But I think
No,
people
no,
get the
I
hint.
meant in general, like
Yeah.
because one day I had Snapchat and then next thing you know, I just haven't posted in like 4 years now.
Yeah, well, I did have friends reach out like after I start posting. They're like, "Are you okay?"
Oh,
Yeah. So
I-
people
yeah,
do reach out and like, "Are you good?"
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
have friends like that. So
Yeah.
going to your previous answer on that, you said you would post like other things. When do you feel like your Snapchat was building an audience?
I didn't feel like it built like big audience. I would just have people that I knew closely to me. Like at some point I interacted with you at some point in my life. That's who I had on my Snapchat. But after a while, like just random people start adding me. So I'm like, okay, I guess.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Did you?
And you're one of those random people that started following me.
We'll get into that another time. But
Okay.
did you? I don't know if Snapchat allows this, but it has public profiles. Did you have a public profile back then?
No,
or?
there was no such thing as public profile back in the day. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I just know one day I logged in and I saw that you could like make a public profile.
Yeah, that's new. That's like super recent, probably like within the last couple years. But
Gotcha.
probably the last that I've noticed, the last 3 years, last 4 or 5. I know for sure after COVID, that's when it started. Like,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you this. You would mention that you save up enough money to buy a phone. Do you remember what your first phone was?
Yeah, it was a Metro PCS. I call it Chub Chub.
Chub
Mr.
Chub?
Chub Chub. It was like one of those thick keyboard phones with the little screen. It wasn't a touch screen, but I remember I was like
A
16.
BlackBerry maybe?
It looked like a BlackBerry, but it was like a an off-brand.
So this was the phone that you were recording everything on Snapchat with?
Okay, no. No, that's another thing. So this was the first phone I was able to afford.
Gotcha.
Years later, I got an iPhone.
Okay, so
Converted into an
iPhone is
iPhone.
your first real video phone that you were using. Do
Mhm.
you remember which model?
Mm-mm. Probably like a below a 10, something below a 10, thick iPhone. It was probably used too,
Man.
so I don't recall. But yeah.
Yeah, my first iPhone was an iPhone 6, and that was given to me because
Mhm.
like I needed a new phone, and I actually did have a friend back then, Thong. I've told you about him.
Thong.
Yeah. So he just had the phone. He was like, "Hey, here, you can have this." And it's like, oh, I mean, I'm not going to turn it down because it's a free phone just because it's an iPhone.
Yeah.
I'm Android all day. But I was like, you know what? It's a free phone. I might as well get used to it, right?
Mhm.
So I got that, and that was the very first one I've ever had. And I want to go back to Android so bad. So bad.
And why
But
haven't you?
Because someone here doesn't want me to go away from iPhone.
Yeah, because then you're gonna have that green
Just
message
join
bubble.
the dark side.
No, I'm good.
She's been iPhone forever. That's why.
Mhm.
Okay, so now let me kind of get into the behind the scenes aspect of all this. What has been all the projects that you've worked on, right?
Mhm.
What was your very first real project?
First paid real project
Yeah, first
was
paid real project.
with you. It was with you at
Wait,
that.
hold up. Did I pay you for that? No, I'm messing with you.
The first project that we worked on was at that quinceañera.
Mm-hmm. You can say it correctly.
Quinceañera.
I can't say it right. I say quinceanera.
I said it like that so you can understand me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like if I say it the correct way, quinceañera, you missed it. Missed it. Like,
This is when we're going to clip it. But anyway, so yeah, the quinceanera.
yeah. So it was that project that we worked on. It was about, we got there, what, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We did like, what, 5 hours?
Somewhere around there.
Mhm.
It's just crazy thinking back about it because we were talking about this before we started recording.
Mhm.
Is that was your very first real project and your very first one with me. Thinking back, I feel so bad because I just threw you into it. Like, you didn't know what a Blackmagic camera was. You didn't know what a gimbal was.
Not the technical side of it. I didn't know anything. I just knew, oh, point and shoot. I said, okay, yes, sir. I know how to do that.
Yep. And I was running that gimbal for, I remember, at least 4 hours, I think.
Mhm.
And you saw me. I was sweaty. I was tired looking.
Yep.
And then you're like, hey, let me carry that thing for you.
Yep.
And I was like, all right, go ahead.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I was going through my 75 hard phase
Mm-hmm.
within that time. So I thought anything was possible. I'm like, you give me that gimbal. I don't care if it's like 75 pounds. And I don't care if I'm going to hold it for like an hour. Like, I could do it,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
And you did it.
And I did it.
You did it.
But yeah. I mean, I feel like I can still do that now. But now that I know a little bit more and how much damaging it is to the body, I feel like I wouldn't do it like consistently for that long.
Yeah, you're stronger than me. I can't do it anymore.
Mm,
Like, first chance I got rid of that big old gimbal.
yeah. And you got rid of it just this year.
Yeah, but I mean, I stopped using it.
Oh,
So I
okay.
stopped using it for the longest time.
Yeah.
And then I ended up getting the Ronin 4S, I don't remember what it's called. RS4, that's what it was.
Mhm.
The Ronin RS4. So I ended up getting that one because it's just more smaller.
Mhm.
And then right after I buy that, that's when the Ronin R4 Mini or whatever it's called came out. And now I want that one. And the only reason that's stopping me from getting it is, when do I ever use a gimbal? And if I do use a gimbal, you know, I'm using the OP3.
OP3, yep.
That's like my go-to gimbal on that.
Mhm.
And I will use it any chance I get, anywhere, any place, as long as the client approves of it.
Mhm.
Because it's like the size of your hand.
It's so convenient. You're not
Mhm.
having your spine handle 75 pounds of unnecessary weight like consistently for an hour.
I do wonder how heavy it was, because the camera, the lens, the big battery, the gimbal itself, like,
Mm.
I'm sure it was easily 20 pounds, easy. So the gimbal, that shoot was the very first real job. You know, I don't think I ever asked you, like, what did you think about it at that time? Like, trying to go back into that whole mindset, and you're working the job with me, and this is your first real professional shoot, right? What was going through your head, especially working a camera too?
What was going through my head is, this is so cool having to be at a party and getting paid for it. Like, not only am I able to enjoy being here, maybe I'm not participating, but to be able to get paid while filming a party, like, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's what I live for. I would much rather get paid to attend instead of go somewhere for fun. Our
For
very
free,
yeah,
right?
well, yeah,
Fun for free, yeah.
Our very first trip together, we went to New York, and well, maybe not our very first trip, but was it our first trip? I don't
Yeah, it
remember.
was our first trip.
Yeah, so it was like our very first trip together. We went to New York, and do you remember what I kept telling you?
It was so spontaneous, and you kept saying, "This feels so weird, being somewhere and not getting paid to be here." I'm
Yep.
like, "What?" Like, my whole life, I've been going places and not getting paid. I just been spending money to attend or to go to different places.
Mhm.
I just never, it's never, like, it never crossed my mind, oh, you can get paid and actually, like, travel.
Yeah.
That's insane to me.
And it was just crazy. It's like, I am in a whole nother state. I'm doing these things, but I'm not making money. Like, it felt weird to me because I've never taken a vacation, probably ever, without getting some form of excuse me, without getting some form of compensation for it. And to be somewhere new that I've never been and only spending money, like, what is life? You feel so weird.
Yeah, not to me. That's what I was used to. But now I feel like within the last couple years, you've made me change that mindset. It's like, no, we go nowhere unless we get paid
See,
for it.
you're more strict than me now.
Now I'm just like, are we getting paid for it? No? Okay, let's not go. But
It's like, you want us to step outside the house and not get paid? Like, pass.
that's funny.
we've done a lot of projects together. What do you think has been the craziest one for you?
The craziest project I think I've worked on with you was when we got the chance to meet Dana White.
Here we
That
go.
is the coolest, most craziest experience I've ever lived, I think, in my entire life.
But why? Like, why Dana White specifically?
I didn't know who this person was before we even went to Miami to film this person.
So let me pause you now. If you had no idea who Dana White was, why is it so crazy? Like, you just met the dude. Like, okay, you can't see it on camera, but like, I have a wall full of everyone that we worked with, like all the celebrities and stuff. We've met Twista, we've met Paul Wall, like who, I don't remember who else you've met. Yin Yang Twins.
Roy's the 9 something.
Yeah. So why is Dana White, like the dude that you didn't even know existed, why is that suddenly top level crazy for you?
Well, it's Dana White, but also the experience behind it, which made it the craziest. Because filming on an island,
See, this is what I'm going for now.
that is on another level of what I have never done before. I've gone to an island, I've gone to travel.
Wait, what island you go to?
We went to Greece. What do you mean?
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. I forgot. Yeah, it is an island. Yeah, my bad.
It's fine. We went to different islands, but not a small one with a high profile person like that. So that was, to me, crazy because we went to Greece we had to pay for that, right? We weren't getting paid to travel anywhere. But here it's like, oh, we're getting paid to be here on an island with like 3 or a lot of people worth a lot of money.
And Epstein.
No. But being around that, it's like, whoa, this is crazy because I've never experienced anything like that. I've never been around like what are they, millionaires? Easily. So I've never been around an area filled with those types of people. So I just thought that was crazy.
Yeah, offhand, there was Dana, there was
the CEO of VChain.
Yeah, Scott, Sonny, I think his name is.
Oh yeah, Sonny.
And there was like 2 other dudes that were attending it that you just think that they were regular people, but no, they weren't. They were up there as well. So at least 5 super rich people on this island, like a super tiny island. Like you could walk from side to side in like, what, 5 minutes probably? But yeah, so thinking about it in that perspective, that is pretty crazy. I've never looked at it like that, but yeah.
So the other crazy part about this is that we're having to take all of the equipment that we own to this island. Maybe not all of it, but a handful of equipment that we own to this island to actually film for these people. So I thought that was very cool. Yeah, and I thought it was very different because we're having to get on a boat. We live in Texas. In Texas, it's just flat land. You know, it's not like we have huge, nice mountains or a lot of ocean, a lot of blue, clear ocean over here. We have none of that. So if we're going to take equipment to an island or to a place that's surrounded with water here in Texas, it'll probably be somewhere.
South Padre, probably.
That or like a random lake that has like a hidden house in the middle of nowhere, like on the other side of a lake. I think that's as close as like, traveling through the water on a boat that we're going to do here. But in Miami, it's just different. I don't know how to explain it. Did I explain it well enough, you feel like?
Yeah, I think so.
Here in Texas, we have dirty water. Just dirty. Nasty.
Dirty.
And in Miami, it's different because it's just nice blue. Weather's different. It's not muggy or humid over there. It's just different. So that would be one of my craziest experiences.
Just to expand on that real quick, like for me, what made it even crazier was there was no electricity.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
I would think that, like that would be assumed in.
Yeah, because since we're shooting a podcast, like, well, no, I had to ask, like, is there electricity on the island? Like Santorini has electricity.
I mean, yes, they have no drinkable water.
Yeah, but still,
I'm
you know,
just kidding.
like,
Yeah.
so typically that is a question that I'd have to ask is there electricity on this place, at this place? So when I found out that there wasn't any, like you saw, like my brain scrambling, like, okay, we're gonna need batteries for this, and that. I had to buy like so many batteries that time.
Hmm.
And it was just what made it crazy for me is making it all work together. Because typically we plug into outlets, and because it's a podcast, that means it's running for minimum 20 minutes per episode. So in order to power 3 cameras, the ATEM screen, and anything else that we had to have a lot of batteries and just everything. So that's my version of why that was crazy. Let me ask you now, what is your favorite type of projects to film?
My favorite projects to film would be anything sport related. I think the mechanics of the human organisms pretty interesting, especially when
There
it
goes that
involves
bachelor in
sports.
science degree.
But especially when it involves sports, I think it's super fun. Mm.
Any specific sports that you like?
The only thing I've done or filmed sport wise has been baseball. I filmed a basketball project, but it wasn't anything like a game. It was more of like
Which one was the basketball one?
this was Michelle.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that one.
But yeah, I loved doing the baseball content. Super fun.
Have you, well, you know what? Let me ask you, like, I wasn't there on that project. That's one that I was double booked on, and you had been working with me long enough that you could go and handle the projects on your own. What happened on that day? Because I know Michelle does like track and field stuff.
Yeah, so she
So,
was an Olympian in 2008 for the women's track
well, and
team.
then, yeah, and then she became the head USA women's coach too,
Mhm.
relay coach. But like my question too is, what were they doing with basketball?
Michelle had to go in, and she was basically a motivational speaker that day. So she was helping young kids, inspiring them to do and pursue their dream. But that day was crazy. It wasn't as crazy as Dana White's crazy,
Here we go.
but it was intense because I couldn't find the entrance.
I
I
remember
couldn't find
that.
the location. So she couldn't either. So I was texting her while I was parking. I was like, "Hey, where's the location at?" And she was like, "Well, I'm looking for it. I'm not sure, but I'll let you know when I find it." So I'm walking all over. Was it Addison?
Frisco, I
I
think,
think it was like a school in Frisco, and
or
their
Farmers
campus
Branch.
was, or Farmers Branch. The campus was big, so I was just walking with my little blue cart with all the equipment
Dang,
in.
I forgot about the
Yeah,
blue
I
cart.
had my sister with me, but she was following me too. She was as lost as I was. So my sister is 15. Well, was 14 at the time.
I didn't know your sister went to.
Yeah, my sister ended up going.
That feels like so long ago.
Yeah, so uh, we finally found her, and we were trying to get in, and we both were locked out. So we were trying to find a door that was open. So finally there was someone that was polite enough to open a door on the side of the building. So we ended up walking in, and we were like speed walking to the event because she was saying, I'll have to speak at so and so time. And it was past that time already. So
Mhm,
we're just like, dang. And I have nothing set up. So the camera, I had to like hurry up and rush and get the camera real quick
mhm.
because I wasn't walking with that gimbal. I
Yeah.
had it in the car because it was so heavy. So anyway, I'm walking with her, trying to look for the event. We finally found it. And so then she was with her mom. I think her mom or her sister, maybe I'm not sure. I can't remember. But she was like, they're about to start. They're about to start. So I'm like having to like hurry up and get the gimbal together. And then I ended up like, screw the gimbal. I'm going handheld. So I went handheld, and then I'm just, trying to film her giving the speech. It was a little intense, but
Yeah, I don't think I've ever, I know I have at some point, but not in recent memory. I don't think I've ever had to walk into a place and instantly start filming.
yeah, it was just like lack of information that me and her both had
Mhm.
regarding of where the event was actually located. So that was interesting.
Dang.
That was
I didn't
intense.
realize you went through that much trouble. I mean, you've probably told me when it happened, but
Mhm. It's been so long.
yeah. Like, I
We've had
forgot your
other
sister
projects.
was
I feel
there.
like, yeah. Mhm.
Dang. But going back to the original question, what was it about basketball that they were doing again?
Oh, yeah, they were just doing different types of tests. Like, they were, doing drills, like, different basketball
Mm.
drills.
So
So
mainly running or what?
no, it was, like, stuff dealing like, trying to make the basket at different corners of the court, and the other one was, like, trying to see how high you could jump. The other one was, like, how fast can you run from this end to that how fast can you sprint from one end to the other, like, with cones, like, it was just an event for, I guess, a basketball like, their basketball team or
Hmm.
something dealing with Maverick. Like, it was,
The
like,
Mavericks. I think they were supposed to be there or something, or the
something.
Mavericks Center, something like that.
Yeah, been
Where
so
was
long.
I at that day? Was it when I
I'm
was
not sure.
filming Raise Hope stuff?
Oh, yeah, you were. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then you and your sister showed up after, like, at the very end of it, y'all show up.
I
That's right.
remember.
Yeah. Dang.
But
Okay.
it was fun, but I was just following one individual.
Hmm.
Well, I was just following Michelle the whole time.
Okay.
So, it's different when you're following one person the entire time, and it's different when you're filming an actual sport event,
Hmm.
and you're filming just, like, the entire team, their actions in the sport.
Personally, I
That
like
makes
filming a singular person versus the whole team
mm,
because it's like I don't know what to focus on. Like, I know the whole team, but I kind of get confused. Like, well, do I need to focus on this person? Like football, for example, right? If you're following one person, they throw the ball. What if you're following the wrong person?
well, I just think that you follow the ball.
Okay, yeah,
Whoever
you
catches the
got me on
ball.
that one, but it's just I don't know. I'm used to following one person
Mhm.
only in the team and building the story around them.
Mm.
So like whenever I was helping you with the penguin stuff,
And
I
Penguins is for the people that don't know, Penguins is a baseball.
oh yeah, go ahead and tell me who it is.
It's a 8U baseball team.
You know more than me. I would have said a little kid team. Like I don't know anything else. But when we were filming them, I would always focus on like one kid. I don't know if you
Mm.
noticed that or not.
Yeah, I remember. But see, that's a problem. I think that just focusing on one kid is an issue, especially with parents.
Hmm.
Because once you're doing content for parents and they notice you're only focusing on one child and not their child.
So I take it you've had a bad experience with a parent.
I've just,
Hmm.
had some emotional parents that feel bad that their kid isn't being highlighted on
Gotcha.
certain videos that I've posted online.
I don't do a lot of sport. Well, like I don't do a lot of sports stuff personally. Just I don't really like doing sports stuff. I will, but it's not my favorite.
Why don't you like it?
Hot outside.
So, no, I'm playing. No, it's crazy being out there in the cold. When your hands are freezing, you have to hold
Oh
your
man, yeah.
device.
I remember I was filming with
It's torture. It is torture. You're right. Maybe not heat,
mhm.
but when you're in the cold and oh man, I love the cold, but not that cold. I love cold, but not that cold.
I was filming with Brandon one time.
Mm-hmm.
He films all the little league
Baseball, football.
football people,
Mm-hmm.
and we were at the highest stand with all the cameras.
Mm-hmm.
So the wind was like really bad up there. It's worse when it's cold and you can't move. If you're just standing still,
Yep.
yeah, I was freezing that day.
Yep.
So let me talk to you about the penguins real quick. You didn't elaborate on this because I feel like trying to say a little humble, but you filmed all their content, and I know from personal experience how well that content did. You got over 1 million views. Was it on like multiple videos or was it just like one video, but the other ones were like really, really high too? They were close to hitting 1 million.
I think we got 2 videos to over 1 million in all platforms and like Instagram, YouTube, TikTok,
That's crazy.
and a lot have hit over 500,000 or 100,000 views on a lot of them.
Just for little
So,
kids playing baseball.
mm-hmm. there's a niche for literally anything you can think of, and there's an audience for anything you can think of, which is insane.
Yep.
You just have to be consistent.
I agree. And what's funny is that I've always considered myself to be good at social media. That's why people get a hold of me. But you just kind of blew me away. Like you said, watch this. You uploaded a video. It was for one of my clients. You edited a video for them and it just blew up. Like, what did you do differently that I didn't?
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't be saying that, but that's why we're a team. So, so it surprised me how well it just blew up versus everything that I've been doing.
I'm sorry.
What was that?
That's my excitedness.
I forgot where I was going with that, but I feel like I do need to learn from you on how to get even better at social media. But I don't want this to be even longer than it already is. So let's just end with the final question. You are, in my opinion, content creator first. You film all our behind the scenes stuff. You do help edit and film and all that. But in my opinion, you're content creator first. What advice could you give to someone who wants to become a content creator and do what you do?
I'm sorry, I spitted. What advice? Do you want me to look at the camera?
Yeah, so you're going to look at there at the camera.
Okay. So what advice I would give a content creator that's wanting to start is first, pray about it and visualize where you want to actually end up. And after that, take baby steps to get there, depending on what it is that you want to do exactly. And start doing a lot of research, as much research as you can about that specific thing that you visualize yourself, like at the end result to be at, if that makes sense. So I would just say visualize. So I would say pray, visualize, research. And I think, and do. Pray, visualize, research, and take action.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being a guest. But before we end this, I do want to tell the people that Jessica and I, we plan on making this a regular series. We work together quite a bit, like almost 99% of all the projects we do, we're always together. So whenever you see me, you're going to see her. We started thinking, why don't we make this a regular series? Working together with your spouse. Because apparently that's fairly rare in the people that I've met over time. They always ask, both me and her, like, how do you enjoy working with your husband? How do you enjoy working with your wife? Like, what experiences have you had from that?
Yeah, I've had a lot of people ask me and question like what it's actually like to work with my husband. I always get negative comments regarding that. I always get, oh, I can't work with my husband, he's too mean, or oh, I can't work with my husband, like me and him would bump heads all the time, or I can't work with my husband because I would get tired of seeing him. I would get a lot of comments that would say that, but I always tell them, like, it depends on your personality. Like, it depends on who you are. Not only that, but you have to, I don't want to say train, but you have to let it be known how you want to be treated within the business aspect of the relationship before. Because, I mean, I wouldn't say our relationship's perfect, but we have bumped heads because of certain times where I'm like, hey, you're talking to me like I'm some type of employee, like I'm your wife. You know, I have to remind him sometimes because he's always like in that grind mode. So it's not always sunshine and rainbows, but you just have to put your foot down and remind them like, hey, you got to show me some type of respect too, not like business mode all the time.
Yeah, I agree.
As far as like working together. It's not business mode all the time, but there are certain times he talks to me like, yo, like I'm some type of employee. I'm like, hold on.
I've gotten better about that. In the beginning, it was bad. I will admit that. But it's because in my head, I'm in work mode now. Mm-hmm. And I'm just trying to like say certain things as short as possible. Like, hey, can you put up the tripod? Can you do this? Can you do that? Like, I forget in that mode, like, I am talking to my wife at the same time, not just an employee.
That sounds so bad. But it's the reality of it. I'm not gonna try to put a front and make it seem like, hey, this is like so perfect all the time when it's not all the time. Like
Hold on,
rainbows and
let me pause you quick.
sunshines.
And that's what we'll be talking about too. So if you want to hear more about working with your spouse, be on the lookout for our new series. We're going to try, I'm going to say try, to film something either weekly or monthly. It just depends like how many projects we've had, that we can kind of give a recap of what we did right. Well, not what we did right, but what we feel we did right together with
As a
working
team.
as a team and what we could have improved on. But until next time, I'm Vince G of SwoleNerd Productions, and this is my lovely wife, Jessica Garza. We'll see y'all next time.